Sack Podcast. It's your boy, Andre Sheldon and Coop. We're going to talk about anime and gaming news.
Oh, I thought that was just...
Let's go. A new episode. We're back for another week of stupidity. It's the original boy. We're all back here.
Yes, we are back.
It feels so wholesome. I feel like I'm at home.
I don't think we need Anil anymore. We can just like put him off.
He's only dragging us down.
No, I love Anil. Anil has some of the greatest content. I love him.
It's
He makes me
crazy.
laugh.
It's like I thought they were gonna hate each other at first, and they were kind of like weird with each other, and then they ended up becoming best friends and lovers.
It was like when you
true.
bring a new cat in your home and, and they're like,
Yes, it's exactly what it is.
and then they fight for a bit, and then the next day they're playing with each other.
Yeah.
And you're like, oh, okay, this is cool.
They actually get along. Yeah.
we chilling. We big chilling. I don't think we were
Like that
ever
cat
fighting
that's just
at
like,
any point, but we didn't know each other before this, so I had to like
so two cats.
I had
Cooper
to get
felt like his territory was being intruded upon.
Yeah,
He's like, these are my boys. There's nobody else but mine.
I can only be the stupid brown dude, the only one that makes
It was
the
literally-
dumb comments.
It was literally step
the only thing I have.
step brothers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, hi, I'm Dale. I'm Brendan.
You have to call me Dragon.
You have to call me Nighthawk.
Did you put your balls on my drum set?
You can refer to me as Cooper. You can call me Anil. All right, then. That was
It
it.
was very cordial. It was the most cordial meeting I've
Call
ever
me
had.
Dragon.
Yeah, you can call me Dragon.
My name's Hawk.
You sit in my chair. You sit in my chair. Doesn't sit in my chair.
Oh,
man.
damn.
Well, we're back. We're back for another week of idiocy. Like I said, what do we got on the docket today, Sheldon?
There's a lot. Kind of a lot of stuff has happened this past little week.
Mhm.
Kind of a lot, but nothing at the same time.
Yeah. Well, for us in Canada, Vancouver, we got a company back that is now fully Canadian, which is kind of cool.
Yep.
Mafia Old Country got a release date.
With a very controversial price.
People are like wondering about it.
It's very interesting.
Yeah. People are also kind of wondering if Sony's going to be raising their prices with
They've made a statement. I don't know if you guys have seen it.
When did this happen?
A couple days ago, and I just assumed that we all saw it.
Okay, we'll get into that.
Okay, yeah,
we'll get into that.
yeah.
And then we got Fire Force Windbreaker reviews.
Yep.
I want to talk about Bandai because one of their oldest IPs.
Yeah.
They said hit some record-breaking numbers for this franchise. It's as old as Dragon Ball, maybe older actually. Now that I think about it. And then Sydney Sweeney is in final talks to pick up a role in a anime that's going to be turned into a live action. So we got quite a few things to talk about today.
Hopefully that gets fully, through the doors and actually gets made. It'd be
God, I
very,
hope so.
very, very cool to see some Gundam action
Yeah.
on the live screen,
Yeah.
live action screen.
And there's speculation as to which Gundam series that they're going to be doing. There's only two possibilities based on her talks.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll get more into that at the end. I also will possibly do a Cooper's Corner, but we'll see if we have time at the end.
Gotcha.
But Andre, you want to
You
start us
have
off?
a question.
Yes, I'm going to try and be doing this weekly.
So we have Cooper's Corner and Andre's question.
Andre's anime question. So, question for everyone
We'll revise it.
We'll
revise
figure
it.
out a
yeah,
better
please,
next.
please,
We'll
please. So the question I bring to the table, and this can be a would you rather, a F married kill, what if, anything anime related. So this one.
Andre answered.
I like
Ooh,
that.
okay.
I like
Ooh.
that. I like that. I like
So
that.
this one, solo leveling has been on the rise as one of the greatest things that we've seen. Question for you guys. His generals, we got Egress, Tank, Iron, Tusk, Beru, the 5 of them. Pick 2, the other 3 have to kill you. Which 2 you riding into hell with?
Oh, which two am I fighting with?
Yeah.
Oh, which two am I choosing on my side? Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good
And
question.
the other 3 have to are trying to kill you. And the other 2.
I feel like Biru is kind of OP.
He is.
Like
Biru is definitely
you
OP.
honestly, he's like a no choice pick. Like if you don't choose him, you're probably gonna die.
I don't know. Okay, so you picking Beru?
I think you have to, as a frontliner. And the thing is, you just throw Cargoland behind him, and I don't know if anyone stands up to that.
Oh, that's
Ooh,
hard.
that's
I don't know if anyone
Okay.
stands up to that. You got to think like you have both of them on your side. I don't know, and I love Egress Tank and all of the shadows. But
I said Egress and Tusk. Because that way you have like close quarters, and then he can just back you up.
Yeah, I feel like you got to have Cargolan or Tusk in the back line. I feel like you have to have him behind you because if he was in front of you, you can't. What the fuck? Who's gonna stop that?
Egress and Iron.
See, I thought about that too.
Iron himself is a warrior tank, and so he can come up and block magic, and Egress just comes and slices.
Plus,
and
he has
dices.
aggro.
Yup.
Yeah.
Plus he has aggro.
There's no bad answer to this question. And that's the best part about Andre's answer. This question in particular is very
Especially if they
interesting.
were all at the same level. I think Egress and Iron.
If they're all at the same level, it's different. But when you take into account level, that's when things
things are a little different.
things are a little different.
Biru
Yeah.
is definitely stronger at this point.
Yeah.
He is stronger.
He can talk, for God's sakes.
Yes. Yeah.
He can
Yeah, I
talk.
think he's too strong. But yeah, that's a good question. If you take Biru out of it, I don't even know who I'd go with. I feel like I have to have Tusk in my backline, and then I have to have a frontliner. So I'd probably go with
I would say having a magic user or like a range user is definitely a plausible strategy.
Yeah.
But then if you get like your tank, which is tank and iron, that can change the game.
Hold on.
It can.
What if we bring back shadows that have been taken away? So we have the.
You talking about the healer boy?
Healer boy, dude. That would be crazy.
Technically, that dude was one of his shadows.
He was.
Right? Like, and I even
At
thought that
one
too
point.
because technically you could also like include the Drake he has.
He also has the dragon.
Right?
But the
The
Drake,
wait. Oh, sorry. He's a wyvern.
he's a wyvern.
Yeah,
right?
sorry.
Yeah, wyvern.
But I just chose those 5 because like we've seen a lot of
yeah,
them.
yeah.
right?
But
But
you could
here,
throw in as many.
if
as
you wanted
want,
to take
right?
out the ant dude and just the 4, which 2 would you want and which 2 would attack you?
The Egress and Iron. Yeah. For me, it's Egress and Iron.
I'm going. I think I'm going. I'm agreeing with Andre on this. Egress and Tusk.
I feel like, but
then I could.
and I'm not
but then
gonna-
there's also Tusk and Iron.
See, I've thought about that. Tusk and Iron.
I feel like
Iron's
there's
got
no
defense
bad
and
no
attack.
bad answer.
There's no bad answer to this.
Yeah.
Defense and attack, and then you have
Who was
long
the
range
fourth?
attack.
Wait, I'm missing the fourth.
So there's
Egress,
Iron.
Tank, Iron, Tusk, and the ant. Oh yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Tank is the bear.
Sorry,
Your
yes, I
fingers
completely
is
forgot about
Huh?
the bear. Okay, no one
Four.
put the bear in
Four.
there. We haven't put the bear in there yet.
Yeah, that's
Tank.
Tank.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
have you guys
No one has chosen.
no one's chosen
No.
Tank.
I like Iron.
I think he's the weakest.
Iron and Tank. I'd say Iron and Tank are about the same. The only different.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, they're about the same actually. Now that you think, because
Who?
They're B ranks.
like Iron and Tank, like Tank is thick with fur.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah,
can
no,
also
you're
attack.
You're right.
Yeah, because
He's also faster than Iron.
he is and didn't. Yeah. So like, didn't Jin? Yeah, Jin got them from the same dungeon, and it was a B rank one, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
the thing is, technically,
And then, but didn't Tank?
Iron
is-
is an A rank.
But didn't Tank and Egress get a level up?
They all did.
Everyone
they all
did.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
When
Yeah,
they
yeah.
originally started, technically, Tank is stronger than Iron because the A rank was struggling in the dungeon, right? So
True.
Fair.
yeah,
He was struggling against the elves though.
But
We
he's
didn't-
not- yeah.
They fought the bears fine because they did come across the bear in that
True.
second.
But they didn't
episode.
go up against the Tank. Was like
Iron.
Iron was the
the big
the
like
big
the
one was
leader bear.
was Tank.
Yes, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, it was like the boss level.
Yeah, but he didn't show up until he fought Jin Woo.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
like
yeah.
the Iron when he was a human only fought the regular bears.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And he was
his team
smoking
al-
them.
He was.
Yeah.
Yes, he was smoking them. So I think him and Tank are about the same level. That's what I see.
Yeah.
I think they both have their perks and drawbacks because the thing about Iron is he can also draw aggro, so which is
Yes, that is
just
true.
a massive advantage to
But-
have on.
But Tank is aggro.
Tank
Tank's
is
walking.
aggro.
Tank is aggro.
Right? And I even thought too, I was like, say if you have Egress and Tank, they could have
Are you doing research?
Yeah.
See,
Yeah.
I feel like hold on. If you had so imagine Egress versus Tank or Egress versus Iron.
Mhm.
I feel like Iron is more toe to toe because I feel like if Egress went up against Tank,
Hold on.
he'd nuke Tank.
Hold on. Pat, who would you choose
Ooh, yeah, go.
I swear,
From-
if you spoil it,
from those four?
yeah.
From those four, we're not going Biru anymore
Okay.
because that's unfair.
From those four, Igris is top choice.
Igris was my number one choice too.
I think I go ahead.
Silence. Thinking.
Pon-
Bubbles.
pondering.
We can't have this long of a wait in the fucking pod. Just pick one, dude.
If I had to choose,
Right out the top of your dome.
Just go.
Don't even think about it. Just
Say
answer.
a name.
I
Igris
can't
and who?
choose.
Igris and who? Igris and who?
I would go
Igris
with
and who?
Iron.
Iron. Okay,
Yeah.
Igris and Iron.
There you go.
Okay, hold on. Now I want to throw in Reviver dude or Healer dude.
Then you got to throw in Biru and the Dragon.
Wait, no, because Biru's a step above all of them. I feel Biru's like literally another rank.
Then put in the Wyvern.
Sure, you could throw in Wyvern. You want to throw in Wyvern?
That's aerial combat. You have
Okay,
air
let's throw in.
superiority
Let's
now.
now.
If you
now let's
include
throw in.
everyone, I would
Yeah.
choose.
Wait. Okay, what do you classify as everyone?
Only up to this point.
Up to.
Okay,
what you
I
guys
was like,
watch.
whoa,
No, no.
Patrick, where you going? Where you going?
If you bring in everyone,
From up to end of season 2 is what we're talking about.
I would just choose
The healer, done.
Wyvern and Beru, because aerial combat, you can just fly away.
You're done.
But wait.
He's got a point.
Don't do take out Biru though. I feel like Biru is just
No.
too OP though.
Going back to your original question,
Mm-hmm.
Iron and Igris.
Yeah, and
Here's
I
my
feel like you said, Tusk. You almost can't lose if you have Tusk in the back.
Yeah, I feel like Tusk back.
Because as long as Tusk has the orb, you're hooped.
Because if we were picking from
I
everyone,
mean, even without the Horber, he was pretty damn
if
powerful.
it
My
was
point,
legit
right?
if we're just going no bars hold, I would choose the healer and Biru would be the two I would choose because I just feel like you would just
You couldn't.
you
lose.
can't lose.
No.
Specifically, if you're not including Beru, I would choose the Wyvern and Igris.
Mm.
Because
Oh yeah,
Dragon Rider.
Oh, that'd be lit.
they didn't show it in the anime for some reason, but with the moon greatsword, it's
When it
based
cut off his head.
It's based off Elden Ring. The
I know exactly the sword that you're talking about. Yeah.
Whenever you slash, it does.
Are you talking about Igris' sword?
Igris's
Yeah, Igris's blade.
it does
No, there's a blade.
that he passes off to Igris.
Yeah.
Who passes off to Igris?
Yeah, you guys
Jin.
are all over the place. Go from explain your sentence from the start.
Yeah, because I'm lost.
Okay, so the sword that he gains from one of the dungeons,
Yes.
he passes it off to Igris. Like,
Are you talking about the demon sword that he got when he fought the
Yes.
demon monarch?
He gives that sword to Igris, but that sword.
When
is-
did this happen?
at the very end of the when he does the last dungeon with the at the very end of the anime. They don't
When they were at the Jeju Island?
after the Jeju Island one, yeah.
He gave him a sword?
I think they
remember that.
I think they did.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
you did.
Yeah,
interesting.
and that sword
I
is
do- I'm
based
gonna go
off a
back and
sword,
watch
the
it.
Great Moon Sword in Elden Ring, and when you slash, it's like a giant beam.
Yeah.
Of light
Yeah,
that follows
I
it.
remember that. No, he
Yes.
Jinwoo just
Oh,
yeets
so
him
you
the
mean
sword.
like Getsuga Tensho?
Pretty much, yeah.
Kind of,
Yeah.
it's kind of like a
So
literally.
pretty much
Yeah.
with Beru and the Wyvern, not Beru, Igris and the Wyvern, he could just like pelt them from there. The only
Again,
problem with-
no real wrong answer.
I don't think
No,
so.
this is a great
It's all preference.
topic. I love that question. Andre, fantastic question. Bring us another one next week. I'm looking forward to it.
Yes.
What are we gonna get into? You want to get into the EB
So,
game stuff?
Well, you just kind of ruined it.
Oh,
yeah.
we talked
Anyways,
about it.
it's whatever. GameStop of Canada has been bought out and is now a Canadian company.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it
I'm
was bought
hyped.
out by Todd McFarlane's partner, Steven.
Steven something.
Yeah, Steven something.
Wait.
Steven something.
He's a co-owner of McFarlane Toys.
Okay.
He also bought out Mastermind Toys out here in Canada.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay.
So he went and bought out the Canadian portion of GameStop and is now changing it back to EB Games.
Dope.
Steven Tetrol. I really hope I'm saying that correctly. I apologize.
Petrol, yeah, he's
Yeah.
like French.
Yeah, I think so.
He's
Yeah,
French Canadian
Yeah.
or something like that. But he bought it out, brought it back to Canada. He's like, we're going back to EB Games Canada.
He's like, F that noise. EB is around the corner.
Yeah.
So
I am very excited.
That's actually kind of cool because EB Games is now back to being a Canadian owned company.
Yeah.
and EB
Yeah.
Games is just like a common
how
household.
long has it been since we were
5 years.
25 years.
Damn, really?
25
when we were bought up by game?
No, no.
Yeah, EB,
Bought out,
it's
yeah.
been a little bit longer now, actually.
But
It's-
name change, it's been like what, 5 years? Hasn't it? It was like right
when
post
I got
post-COVID.
laid off.
2021.
2021.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, that makes sense.
2021.
Yep. So 2021 until 2025. It only lasts 4 years.
EB Games, I love that.
It's true. I do like the fact that it's Canadian owned, because this gives me an incentive to actually go back and start buying again from because when the name change happened, I really felt like I lost like we lost a part of it, because EB Games was so Canadian.
It
like,
was.
because it just felt Canadian, even though it wasn't.
It's not even just that. It's you grow up. It's like we're as a kid, like EB Games.
Exactly.
You know,
There was nothing cooler than saying I'm going to a midnight launch at EB Games.
Yeah, and
Yes.
everyone
Nothing
knew
cooler.
GameStop
Yeah.
because, like, obviously it's right across the border. But
and
like,
not only that,
it
but
just didn't
GameStop
feel
had just a
home.
negative associations with it.
Yeah,
and
it does.
And as a Canadian person, I was proud to be like, oh, we're not GameStop, we're EB Games.
We're EB
Exactly.
Games.
We're
Yeah.
EB Games.
And then we went to GameStop. I was like, yeah, we're GameStop.
yeah, and we're like,
Cool.
ah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Woo.
Yeah.
GameStop.
Let's be real. The GameStop, that I'm pretty sure they were planning on selling GameStop in Canada.
Oh no, they did.
Yeah.
The new CEO, as soon as like Trump put out the tariff thing, he was like, oh yeah, we're just having a tough time. He didn't mention the tariffs, but it was right after Trump announced it. He was like, we're having a tough time. We need to sell some things. Like they're up for sale if somebody wants to buy it. It's there.
I think this entire thing was planned because like
Oh yeah, no, like they were
Sell-
planning.
Conspiracy
switching EB
theory.
Games to Canada, to GameStop Canada, was so that they could
Brand power. They were
and then
living
sell
off the
that for
meme.
sell that for more money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
a potential buyer.
Yeah,
Exactly.
They were living off the stock meme when it blew up.
Yeah,
So
exactly. And it was just, I don't know, it just felt kind of scummy to me. Like it didn't feel, it felt
Yeah.
like a backhand to Canadians. You know
a
what I
little
mean?
bit, yes, yeah.
So the
part
fact
of
that
us
it's
But the
back, I'm
problem
hyped.
is the CEO of GameStop is also Canadian,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
which is crazy.
that is pretty
like,
nuts.
He's just like, whatever. It's
It
my
is
money.
what it is.
Yeah. But yeah, it's back. It's cool. I think it'll be cool to see them back as EB Games again. So
Yeah.
it's a happy time.
It is.
It is a happy time. So moving on, Mafia Old Country got its release date.
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to that game. Mafia's dope as it is already.
Yeah, it is.
And we're going to like
The old country.
The old country. Legitimately the old country.
the old country.
Are we going back to Italy?
What else is the old country?
Yeah.
I
Bob?
don't know, man.
It's not United States.
No. When he thinks old country, he thinks fucking Philippines. Like he's thinking Asia. Okay, he's thinking China.
Get in line with the context of what we're talking
Yeah.
about.
You know what? Fuck you.
Hey, you
We're
white
pro-
police
oh,
officer.
Anyways, it's coming out August 8th, which is this summer.
No, it's not.
Amazing.
Stop, please. I need an adult.
And how much is it gonna cost?
Forward. This is a
50 USD.
No, come on.
49.99.
USD. CAD. Hit it.
69.99.
66.99.
66.99. Pardon me. It's close.
At least digitally. That's what I checked.
Yeah.
When I checked it on the PlayStation Store.
Now, it kind of worries me a little bit because of how cheap it is. That means it might be short
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
because they did say that this game is going to be more linear progression
Yeah.
rather
Yeah.
than like an open world,
Yeah.
do whatever you want kind of thing.
They're moving away from like the GTA-esque, the Bully-esque style of like the
Open
Rockstar-esque
world.
style open world to more of a story driven version.
Now, my thing with this, and my worry
Uh-huh.
about this is what the Rockstar CEO said last year
Yeah.
about how games should be charged. And that was per hour, per dollar. So if a game has like 200 hours worth of gameplay, I'm charging you $200.
Mm-hmm.
Or my worry is that this is the start of this for them
Mm.
with Mafia,
But-
Old Country. Like if it's 5 hours, it's like $10 an hour of gameplay.
Devil's advocate, if this is a full length AAA game for that much, that says something.
You're not wrong. You're
But I don't think
absolutely
it's
right.
I don't think it's gonna be a AAA.
It is
No.
no.
Is it AAA?
This is considered AAA because it's made by Rockstar.
Yeah,
It's
I know,
not-
but
it's-
is it made directly by Rockstar or is it made
It
by
doesn't matter.
subsidiary?
It's published and it's published by Rockstar. It's a AAA title.
Okay.
Yeah, if it's being published by a AAA producer, it's at no point.
Automatically, it's a triple.
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I thought if it was their one of their subsidiaries, it doesn't matter.
No, if they're under that publisher
Okay,
and they're
okay,
considered a AAA publisher, it's considered a AAA game. Doesn't even like Ubisoft put off Prince of Persia. It doesn't look like a AAA game. It looks like a indie developed game, but it's considered a AAA game.
No, yeah,
Is it
yeah, I
actually?
get that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But I was, I just didn't think that because it was
Fair
a
enough.
subsidiary.
Yeah,
That's
fair
what I
enough.
was
Fair
thinking.
enough. Fair enough. But yeah, it is considered a AAA title.
Cool.
Yeah. So that is my kind of worry because Nintendo's already said that the president or CEO Doug Bowser has already said he made that comment about, oh well, you still have regular Switch games that you can buy and play. Those are cheaper. When he was talking about the pricing of like
such an ass backwards thing to
the
say.
units of the game. So he's already like in that mindset along with the Rockstar CEO or CFO, whoever said that about their games.
Yeah.
My word, like, and nobody right now is attached to this idea. Like, this shouldn't be a thing, but we've seen trends in the past come up and like, oh, remember when people were like, oh, we're getting full games, and then add-ons became a thing, like DLC content. Right?
Day one
But look at-
patches.
Day one patches, and then microtransactions, and people were like, "Oh, microtransactions," but they became huge. Now we're starting to see. If this is what this is, just hear me out. If this is what this is the infancy. It's not going to gain traction, but in 10 to 15 years, I can see this becoming.
It's already been here though.
No,
Miles Morales. That was a $50 title.
Yeah, but it was a
right?
short.
And it was a short game.
It was a short game.
So that's what
it wasn't. It was like 60, 70 bucks.
Here, yeah, sorry. In Canada, it was $50 USD. It was like it was.
But
was
I'm
the
never going to
difference.
reference USD.
No, I know, but
I'm
that's
never going to reference that.
The only reason I'm saying is because it's $50 USD for Miles and $50 USD for Mafia, so it's the same price tag. It's,
Right.
It's in that lower tier of
Right,
price
but theirs
tag,
was
so you're-
confirmed to be. It was supposed to be an add-on to the original Spider-Man,
Yeah.
and then they decided let's just make a separate short.
Yeah,
game.
yeah. That was standalone. This is a full blown game being released at the $50 price tag. It's definitely going to be
Can
smaller.
you call Miles a full-blown game though?
Yeah, you can.
It kind of felt like a tech demo for Miles.
It didn't feel like a tech demo. It definitely felt lackluster. That's why they charged.
It was like 10 hours.
Yeah, it was about 10, 12 hours. And I feel like that's all you're getting from this,
Yeah.
from Mafia.
Oh yeah.
Like you're only going to get 10, 12 hours. Like it's going to feel, I feel like this is going to feel like a tech demo for the next game, for the next like mainline game.
Mafia installment.
Next mainline Mafia. I feel like this is, for whatever reason, they didn't
Having
want
a
to put.
full Italian Mafia game would be kind of.
It would be
lit.
really dope. I don't know why they didn't go the full, like, they should have gone full blown, like, open world, like,
Yeah.
semi open world, make a small little area of Italy, right?
Go to like Nepal and stuff like the Naples and stuff like that.
Sure,
Like, oh
they
my
could be
God.
load zones. I wouldn't even care, right?
Yeah.
Like, just make the areas feel explorable.
Because
and
usually it's just the
interesting, and you can-
US.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go,
Touch
the-
You almost kissed it.
lick the tip.
Them.
Go right on your lips.
But yeah, it's they've never like done a full blown GTA-esque game for Mafia in the old country,
No, they haven't.
which would be cool.
Yeah.
Because I feel like when you associate Mafia, that name associated with like old country, you would assume like old gangsters,
Yeah.
You know,
Right?
the thing is,
Tommy guns and shit.
this could also be a very cool,
Right? For sure.
a very cool jumping off point for a spin-off series being just old country.
The old countries.
And that could be like their next installment of that franchise. And the Mafia franchise is its own thing. And this was the spurt of a split off.
I want
if
this game to do
enough
well now.
people-
Go out and pre-order Mafia Old Country. Do it now.
Do it. Please.
Make this
Think
game
about
a
it.
success so
We're
we
not
get more
sponsored.
Old Country. We are not sponsored, but I want this to happen.
Sheldon's the biggest shill for Mafia right now. Let's go.
Mafia is just sick.
It is a dope
It's just
game.
a dope game.
It
Yeah,
is. It
yeah.
is a cool game.
I need remasters like they did for Resident Evil now.
For the Mafia game.
Wait,
Oh,
didn't
God.
they?
No.
I thought they did.
They did HD remasters, not.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
I
You
want like
remakes.
I want the full treatment that like the Resident Evil's got.
So like remake.
yes.
Full remake from ground up.
Would they be considered remakes?
Yeah.
Oh, I guess they
wait,
would.
Yeah,
'Cause
remasters.
they got remade with the newer mechanics.
Yeah,
Oh,
they got
you're right.
Resident Evil
yeah,
games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah,
Okay,
they were
okay.
completely.
Oh, God,
like,
yeah.
Completely changed from the
Okay,
ground
then
up.
yes, I want full remakes.
1,
Yeah.
2, and 3 look
It would be amazing.
mildly different.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
So like,
Give it the GTA treatment. They can do it.
they could
Oh,
do it.
yeah.
But instead they're delaying GTA 6 a little bit longer. So yeah.
I think there's a reason for that. I don't think they wanted to compete with what was out right now.
no.
They would have still won.
They
Actually,
would have
hang on. Wait,
destroyed and dominated the entire
So,
market.
Since we talked about it last week and you weren't here, do you just want to give like your thoughts on them delaying it quickly? Because I would love to hear like.
I said from the get-go they were going to delay this.
Yeah,
There is no way that they were going to come out in 2025.
I mean, they didn't even give us a month though.
No.
They just said late, and you're like, just
so
assuming.
like I just knew right away. I was like, because they delayed GTA 5 multiple times.
Yeah.
I'm like, there's no way they're gonna bring it out this fast. I'm like, they need at least another year or two to polish.
Especially if they want to make this game that like breaks the like,
world.
Yeah.
Well,
They
you
have
can't
to.
just be
it's going.
Because GTA 5, when it first came out on the PS3 360, broke the goddamn world.
It broke the
People were
entire
robbing
internet.
each other for this
Yeah,
game.
yeah.
They were literally
yeah.
IRL?
Yeah.
IRL.
Yeah.
They were literally shaking it, so they didn't have to wait in line.
Yeah.
Damn.
No, they was crazy.
Damn.
Like the GTA 5 broke the world, and GTA 6 is only going to do that times 100.
Don't think so.
I remember the
I think you're
I
right.
Midnight
told you,
launch.
GTA 5 midnight launch. I saw a person get hit by a car, flip in the air, and then I still went to work.
Yeah, the
That's
midnight
true.
launch for the Guilford Mall one. Fucking when they were still at near the food court,
Yeah.
right? It went on and on.
Dude,
Really?
Yeah. I was at Langlands, dude. I don't think we got out of there till 3 in the morning, and I had to open the next day.
I'm sorry.
I don't-
3?
I don't think.
Yeah, good luck.
I think it will draw even more than that.
Yeah, because
I
with
think that-
GTA 5 and then going into GTA 6, I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a lot more.
GTA 4 was a big success, but nothing comparative to what GTA 5 was. GTA 5, when it got it was crazy at the beginning, but not just the beginning, its entire lifespan.
Now-
it was nuts.
Now, the reason why I don't think it'll be as big as GTA 5, and I'm sure you guys will
'Cause you're a
disagree.
shill.
Go ahead.
Exactly. And I know you guys will disagree with me. One is I don't think they'll be able to do a compelling story like they did with GTA 5. I think it'll get negative reviews. It won't get as good as reviews as GTA 5. I don't
Okay.
think so. I think what we're getting is a Bonnie and Clyde thing. The next big thing is price. I think Rockstar is waiting. I think what they're doing is they're waiting to see how this pricing system is going to work with every other game out there, and then they'll bring up the pricing.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
I think you're right on that. I think they want to work on it more, but I think that's also a big consideration in the fact that they pushed it back. I do agree.
Yeah, because I think that will also deter people. Like you're right. Like GTA 5 did well because it was affordable.
The biggest thing online right now, and if you go to different
Sorry,
different
I mean,
You can do that if you want to.
go to any gaming news website and search up GTA 6. And
Wait.
what's the biggest topic? What's the price?
Yeah.
It's
Price.
the biggest thing. You see $160, $200. This game could be $5,000 paid on Klarna
four
monthly
equal
payments.
payments of
Brother,
of a
if it
grand.
gets to the point where people got to start using payment plans to buy a video game, do not buy a video game if you need to go on payment plan.
Stop. You're too far gone, brother.
Like,
You got other games in the library. I know it.
legitimately, like if you're doing a payment plan on Klarna for GTA 6, do not buy the game.
Go to your library. Look at
Go
it.
save your money. Do not
I mean,
buy
like,
GTA 6.
we already have payment plans on Skip. We don't need them on games.
Wait, there's,
At that point, just
On
wait
Skip
for-
Yeah,
Editions,
there
yeah. That's which is
Buy
great.
your food now.
This just tells you where society is at.
This is crazy to
In
me.
2025.
I remember seeing that and I was like, that's quite insane.
It was nuts. No, but GTA 6, honestly, if GTA 6 came out and if it was like $120 game, I'd be fine with it. The fact that everything that I've seen from it looks visually
What
stunning.
have you seen? We haven't even really seen gameplay.
No,
We
we've
haven't
seen
seen
game cinematics.
That's
right?
it.
And
Yeah.
the thing is, most of the game cinematics in GTA 5 were in-game game cinematics, correct?
When's E3?
Yeah.
Or
From
not E3?
IGN, Rockstar confirms GTA 6 trailer 2 was captured on
a
base
PlayStation
PS5
Yeah.
with equal parts of gameplay and cutscenes.
Yes.
Oh,
And
interesting.
it's gonna be locked at 30 frames.
See, that makes sense.
Oh, it's gonna be no, for sure.
I'm
And-
not. I'm never surprised about them locking
No.
things at 30 frames because that's
No.
just the norm.
Yeah.
Whenever they can't do 60.
Just wait until it's next generation. We got 2-3 years. Once we get the next generation and there's a remaster for it, watch. It'll go to 60
the
frames,
next-
4K.
I agree with Cooper on this. The next generation of consoles will. I think if they don't do 60 frames
No, they
naturally,
will. No,
if they don't, there's a problem.
someone will shoot up Sony
Somebody-
and Microsoft.
Every
both of them.
console manufacturer is going to get hurt in some
Yeah,
way.
yeah,
But
no.
I agree.
Is it a threat?
No,
It's a-
we're not.
It's a threat.
It's a
because
prediction.
It's legitimately.
It's a
because
prediction.
Look at the amount of console gamers to PC gamers. PC gamers is the vast majority at this point, right? We've seen this big convergence.
Are they?
Yeah, by far.
PC what?
PC gamers are the vast majority of gamers.
Yeah, mostly.
It's
Are they?
it's mainly PC gamers.
Yeah.
So we've seen this transition go to PC. If they were to bring out substandard hardware to our next generation, they would just shoot themselves in the foot. You'd see a demolishment. It'd be a demolishment of the console era. I feel like it would be the last dying nail in the.
I do feel like PC gamers are the norm, but I do feel like, I mean, you
PC gamers are elitists.
Yeah,
so-
They are.
But like
They
me,
are,
like
they are.
me and you can attest. Like, I feel like PC gaming, you get to a threshold where like you just can't afford it.
No, yeah, and it's so expensive. It's first off, it's expensive.
yeah.
It's elitist, and it just is like, oh, I want to play on. I want to play.
I want to get
Rust.
120 frames on a game that maxes out at 60 frames.
Exactly.
It's like,
It's
what,
like, why?
what are you trying to
What
see?
what are you getting out of it?
240.
It's like, what do you look
frames.
at? Like, are you really? Is that changing the gameplay experience for you? No, you're just wanting to get higher frames.
Literally, I think that's really all. That's all it is. It's people just wanting to brag about the frames they get
yeah.
because they can brag
Yeah.
about it.
But
No,
the
yeah,
thing
it's
is-
It's
bragging
just like
rights.
it's literally just like my dick is bigger than yours.
No, it's not even that. It's not even that because at least that's like human born.
no,
it's like,
but
I
it's-
bought my Ferrari. Look, I want you to know
Oh,
that
you
I
didn't
drive
build
a
your,
Ferrari.
They're
computer?
compensating for having a small dick. That's really
You
all
didn't
it is.
build your computer from
You bought a
scratch?
pre-build? You
bought
weird.
a pre-built? Oh, your desk is pre-built?
Yeah, see that's compensation.
Yeah, did you wire the electricity in your house, brother? Did you do that?
Listen,
no, I
micro
guarantee you
dick. I
didn't.
did not do that.
You built.
Pretty much. And then PC gamers are the most complainy motherfuckers.
They are.
Absolutely are.
They
Because
are.
whenever a game
And
doesn't
then they
work,
get-
it's always the game's fault. Never
They
the
say-
PC.
It's not.
And
It's
then
not
they
my
like to say we
computer.
get the most.
The eye roll was crazy. It's not my computer.
And then they like to say we get the most pure experience out of our gaming, but then they go and mod the
Well, look,
game.
we can dunk on PC
Yeah.
gamers all
Like-
day. We could do this all day, but if the next generation does not step it up and have 4K 60, I guarantee you it will be one of the ends.
I'll piss on
of-
someone.
No, I think that it will signify the end of the consoles
I
in
think
general.
you're absolutely right. I think it will.
Like it'll just be that's it, right?
I don't
It'll-
think so.
It'll struggle.
No.
You know what? I think
It'll last. Don't get me
No.
wrong. It won't be the end.
No,
it'll be
I
the
just think-
start of the end.
I think you're not correct.
You'll see maybe 1-2 more
I just think he's
generations.
wrong.
Sure, go ahead. You could say I'm wrong, but you're just gonna see more. What are these? These are literally the PlayStation 5 and Xbox series are just PCs.
Essentially.
Essentially.
Like they are
Yeah.
just their own versions of a
That-
pre-built PC. That's what's gonna happen.
I hope one day it's not gonna happen, but
I mean, the freaking box of this says 4K,
Yeah.
Exactly.
which has been like, and do you know how many times I get a question? So can this actually do 4K? And I'm like, I don't know.
No,
they don't.
It's upright.
They don't. Yeah, it's up-res.
It's
We forgot to do the backdrop. I just
I
realized
understand.
this, and it's
we
pissed me
did,
off.
but it
Oh, did it go back?
It go
Oh,
back,
okay,
yeah.
It's okay.
no. It's the fact that you have to choose between 4K or just 1080 with 30 frames is crazy. Final
1080
Fantasy
60. Sorry,
1080. It's
1080 60.
It is. They say 10. You're right. They do say 1080 60, but
Yeah.
it's not 1080 60.
it's not
Yeah,
60. It's, like
it's-
50 something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just look at like how. I mean, the thing is with another reason PC is just so much better is because everything on there gets to a point where it's super optimized. Go. Hold on. Hold on. Wait.
No,
wait,
that's
wait,
not
wait,
true.
Wait.
Talk to the Monster Hunter players on PC. They said that shit was not optimized
No,
for
but
PC.
not right away. I'm not saying on day of release. I'm saying it gets to a point where it's optimized perfectly, where most games
That's-
come up and they load faster.
That's the thing. If it was built specifically with PC in mind, 10 out of 10. It's optimized.
Yeah.
But
If it was built
speaking,
for console,
sticking to the topic, when GTA 5
Mhm.
got
Six.
ported
to the PC,
the PC,
which took them like
it was
3 years.
garbage.
It took them 3 to 4 years to get
No.
it fully optimized.
It was 1 year after to get it there, to get it released, and then three
yeah,
to
3
4
to 4 years
before it
to
was
get
optimized.
it fully optimized.
Usually games ported to the PC from like
But games
PlayStation
ported,
aren't always the best.
but
No,
hold
like
on,
any games.
Oh yeah.
Any
games
games.
ported from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 are pretty poorly optimized. They work, but the load times are still subpar.
Yeah, but it's optimization on PC. If it wasn't built with PC in mind, there's always gonna be like the bug problems because
Yes,
the hardware on the PS5 won't compare to
exactly. So you're gonna
So
have
It was
PC.
2 years. It was 2 years after.
it's 2 years after.
2 years
Oh, okay,
after.
okay, my bad, my bad.
How
So,
dare you be wrong?
when GTA 6 comes out on a PC, we all know everyone's gonna riot
Why?
because
'Cause
it's
it'll
not
be
gonna be
shit.
optimized. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
It will
shit.
be shit.
Oh yeah,
And it will be
it'll
downvoted until like
it's gonna be broken for the first month. I'm giving every game a month grace period at this point. There's
you
no
know
point.
what? Which I think why Microsoft releasing their new consoles closer to what a PC is,
Mhm.
yeah
it'll play better on
on
Xbox.
PC.
Which makes sense.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
does make sense.
Yeah.
And
Kinda
it will
thought-
play better on PC once it gets to that point.
Mm.
Don't point, please.
Yes.
Listen.
Listen.
Right
Put it right up his nose. Just go straight in there.
I was gonna put it in his mouth.
Okay. Well,
But yeah,
we've been,
no, that's a great point. Like, I feel like Microsoft is trying their best to make like a console PC hybrid.
Yeah,
but I feel like
'Cause-
at that point, they're
Just get a PC.
And it's funny
Yeah.
because
because
Valve and other companies tried to do that in the past.
yeah,
Like when the Steam Deck came. No, not the Steam Deck. The Steam streaming device.
Yes,
that.
I know what you're talking about.
I can't remember what it's called now.
Steam something.
Oh, you're talking about. Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yes. So when that came out, a slew of companies like Alienware, Dell, and everything, they were like, these are going to be PCs, but they're consoles that you can buy and you don't have to optimize.
Yeah, I remember this. I remember
And
this.
Unfortunately, like it failed.
It was the cloud streaming. That's what you're talking about.
Yeah.
The cloud streaming era.
Yeah.
When they were saying you're
and
gonna
they
buy
had
this
that
box.
weird controller.
Yeah, you're
The
gonna buy
box.
this box.
Yeah.
And you're gonna have this controller, and it's gonna play
Okay, we
games.
don't need to get that into it. Anyways, when
I just wanted
Shut
to
that
explain
down.
it for anybody who's still watching this stupid piece of
we
content.
got 2 new subscribers.
I
Anyways,
love y'all.
anyways, yeah, when they brought out their PC stuff, and at first we were all like, "This is a great idea," but then it never, because the prices were so exorbitant, it just didn't take off.
Yeah,
I feel like streaming games is always like a gray area.
Yeah,
It is.
But
It-
now Microsoft is doing it.
Microsoft
and they're,
is doing
and they're
it.
picking it up at the right time because this is where we're getting into an era where we're getting like
Internet
PC
speeds are fast enough to actually keep up with the demand
bandwidth.
the bandwidth that streaming.
Oh, I'm not talking about
needs.
streaming. I'm talking about like a PC meant to be optimized for games as they come out.
Oh yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
'Cause-
Sorry, yeah, no, not the streaming thing, but like they're basically made their own PC consoles.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
Xbox Game Pass includes Xbox Cloud Gaming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh, it does.
so I'm
Mm-hmm.
pretty sure like people playing it on Xbox they're just streaming it on
Mhm.
PC on their server, and they're just playing on an Xbox, and they could just be building the games on PC now.
Yeah.
PC
Yeah.
in mind. and
It's becoming a different landscape
Yeah,
for gaming. It's very interesting. It's very interesting.
like pretty soon, like the line is gonna get blurred eventually. I think between console and PC,
Yeah.
and it's just like, well, what do you want to choose? A PC that you have to upgrade every 5 or 7 years and spend another God knows how much money, or just spend $800 on a console.
Mhm.
it's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I mean, is it going to be 800?
Hopefully one day
Or is it gonna
we
be
just
higher?
have to choose
I'm
one
sure in the
piece of
future.
hardware.
Right? It's going to be higher, right? And we're
One
going to
day.
be talking about the same thing. It's like gaming is getting to this point where it's becoming just insanely expensive.
A
but-
recycled industry for sure.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, let's get into anime now.
Yeah.
We got Fire Force and Windbreaker.
Yep.
up. I don't know why I took notes on my phone. I was taking notes on my phone, and yet we use my phone for recording. I'm like, I was like, why did I take notes?
Why don't you take notes in your Discord so that way you can read them back to you?
I'll
Then
start
you-
doing that in
yeah.
the future.
Or send
There
the
you
notes to someone else.
I'll
There
start
you
doing
go.
that in the future.
I also took notes. Don't worry, big dog. I got a little bit on here. What do we want to start with?
What did you take down for notes first?
Well, I took Windbreakers.
Let's
and
start with
Fire Force.
Windbreaker then.
All right, let's go with Windbreaker.
This
because
was a-
we watched it first.
Emotional slice of life episode
It was.
for Windbreaker.
Mhm.
They really went into some
lore.
depths.
Yeah, there was a lot of
This
depth
episode
in this
was
episode.
an onion,
It was. There was because it kept
Layers
peeling
and
back
layers.
and it had
I'm
onions.
gonna try to put an onion in your hand. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it starts off and right where basically the last episode ends, right on the rooftop with Tsubaki, and she obviously asks, "You guys want to go on a date with me to see an old man?"
That can't be creepy.
That can't be creepy at all. What's
You're a high
wrong with
school
that?
student. It's an old man.
Yeah. And basically everyone's like, what do you
Touching.
mean? Well, basically that's where it cuts off and then the intro plays and then they get into like, oh, what do you mean? And
Tsubaki explains to him that
Yeah.
like this dude is like depressed.
Yeah.
And
He lost his partner.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Tsubaki goes over there to help out,
Try and
cheer him
cheer
up,
him up. Yeah.
clean up.
and help him with
And
chores.
he brought Nire, Sakura, and Suo just to just bring
I'm
some.
glad you remembered their names.
You know what? The thing is, originally in the last episode, she says, Sakura, do you want to go on a date with me? But that wasn't necessarily a date. She just wanted to hang out with a bunch of them, and everyone came along.
Yeah.
So that was they misconceived me. I thought they were going to go on a date.
it's those three plus Tsubaki-chan, and they go see, if I'm not mistaken, Ito
Yeah, I
son,
think you're right.
and this.
The first intro clip of him coming in, he's very upbeat. He's very energetic, and it was kind of creepy.
I'm gonna correct you right now. Tsubaki uses him and his.
Oh, do they use him in his? My bad.
Tsubaki identifies as a male.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought that she does. Or
That's
he
what I thought, too.
identified As
Yeah,
a
yeah.
woman.
High
My
key,
bad.
I think
It's
we all
just
did.
cross dressing.
I had to
Just
yeah,
cross-dressing.
Yeah.
that I had to double check that because I'm pretty sure they never
They
never
haven't.
they never
haven't
referred to Tsubaki
her.
as she.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
yeah.
sure
Yeah.
about that, and I just had to look it up to make sure. And
Perfect.
yeah, so
Well, Tsubaki is a boy.
Yeah.
We're cool.
Yeah,
he just
so-
likes to cross dress.
He's just
So
cross-dressing.
He likes the feminine things
Yeah, it's true.
And we learn in this
learn more about
episode-
that.
or things that are cute.
Yeah, we learned in this episode that he kind
But
of
wait.
struggled.
It went deep.
It
Yeah.
went deep.
It went real deep.
So yeah, so they
So-
go and meet, if I'm not mistaken, Ito's
Yep.
son, and they're just basically like, hey, we'll help you with a few things. X,
Yeah,
Y,
the lights
Z.
are burnt out.
Yeah.
He left a chore that had to be done. There was like a bunch of small things that the old man just couldn't get around to.
Yeah,
And he actually ends up asking. Sakura starts picking up stuff for him, and he says, "Hey, you want to go back and drop that in that back room?" And then he walks over and opens his curtain, and bro is a closeted sneakerhead.
I mean,
Did you see that?
bro's fashion's elite.
He had clothes on.
There was a lot
clothes.
of there were like purses, bags,
Everything.
hats,
Yeah.
clothing.
But he had like some sneakers in the
you
glass
know
case
what
too.
that room might have been? That might have been his wife's
Yeah,
room.
it was.
No,
his
there was a
wife.
mix.
No,
There was
it
a
was
mix
a mix.
of there was a mix of clothing and
because
stuff.
because he
I
said
know
he-
that's what I thought at first.
Yeah.
That's
Same.
what I thought at
That's
first.
what
But
I
then
thought-
I saw some male objects in there that were like, okay, no, this is just like their fashion closet.
But I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure it was.
It was her
mostly
room,
hers.
and then when she passed, he kind of just put everything in there.
Yeah.
that's what I thought.
He just hasn't touched it because he doesn't want to.
It's
Yeah.
kind of it's like his. It's a shrine for her.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure,
Because
yeah.
what did Sakura say again? It was mothy or
No, it's very dusty.
dusty.
yeah.
Jinx.
So
Yeah. And he's like, hey, the old man's like, hey, it's actually over here. Wrong place.
Yeah, he wasn't mad.
He wasn't mad.
But he was like, yeah, it's over here. And then I can't remember what happens after, but we start to learn like why Tsubaki
Well-
brought them here.
Well, we learn a little bit more. He starts talking about his wife. He starts introducing the.
You can talk.
He says, "Hey, I took some good notes. Okay, I got some good stuff here." So he starts talking about his wife, and he says that she's passed away.
Got it. Okay, cool.
Huh?
I put a jinx on him so he can't talk.
Oh, what? What's going on?
We said Dusty at the same time, and then I said jinx,
Oh.
and now he can't talk.
Oh. Yeah,
so
you-
so if we say his
he's-
name
he's
3
true.
times, then he can talk.
No, I'm not gonna say it. Sheldon has been removed from the chat.
Offline.
Okay, so yeah, the old man starts introducing the idea that his wife has passed away, and he's obviously distraught about this. But they keep going on. We actually then get after that interaction, we get a cutback to Tsubaki as a kid. So we get
Show him,
this
show
next
him, show
scene.
him. I couldn't take it. It was killing me. I'm sorry. I panicked. I was like, say something, please.
Yes.
So we kind of cut back to Tsubaki as a kid, and
We learn about his struggle.
we learn about his struggle.
Yeah.
It was deep.
It was kind of sad.
It goes back to like when he's still struggling with accepting himself
and what
And being
and
scared.
still trying to portray himself as like a normal boy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's seen
In
the
his
girls
mind.
play with like accessories
Jewelry,
and jewelry,
accessories.
and he's like
it's cute.
yeah, and
Yeah.
he's genuinely interested
Yeah.
in these things. And then the boys come up and like, I don't like, why do they find it cute?
Cute
That's
this,
lame,
cute
blah, blah,
that,
blah.
you know.
And he was like, right,
Stupid
Tsubaki, and
cute
Tsubaki's like,
things.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
shit's
yeah.
lame.
Mud and dirt and stuff. Yeah.
Cooties, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Monster trucks and shit.
Yeah. We're cool.
Yeah, literally. So
No,
then, if I'm not
but-
mistaken, after school, he's like staring at like a magazine. He's like, "Oh, it's cute," and then he goes, "I'll add it to my collection in the socks."
Somebody hands him a flyer.
Yeah.
And he's looking at they hand him a flyer that's dual sided, one for girls,
He's
I
like,
believe, and one for guys.
"Sugai,
And he's looking at the guy version, and then he
kawaii."
flips it, and yeah, there's bracelets, earrings,
Sugoi.
all these cool things on there. And so then
Baka.
he ends up going home, and you see him end up like trying on like makeup.
No. He's walking home and he finds an earring.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
And
Yes,
when he
yeah,
finds the earring, the old man is like, hey,
Right.
you found my wife's
Earring.
earring.
Yes.
Yeah.
yeah.
Can I please? And he saw this man fashionably dressed with pins,
yeah.
brooches,
He was like,
and
he's
just
wearing
dripped
pink.
out. Like,
Why is he
looks
wearing
good.
pink?
Yes.
Yeah, he is the drippiest
Old man.
Like he's got bling all over.
He's wearing a
And-
watch. I don't know what I don't.
He had a big pendant with like jewels all over it,
Yep.
and it was like
Fun fact: I don't know if you guys noticed.
called a
Tsubaki,
brooch.
Tsubaki is wearing that brooch, the same one.
Because that's what his wife gave. Oh, that's the wife gave it to the old man, and so I guess the old man gave it to
Yeah.
Tsubaki.
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So
Yeah.
basically the old man's like, "Come home with me, boy. I got
Yeah.
food for you." And he's like, "Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
Sweet. Yeah, for sure.
Your parents ain't teach you shit."
This is how Save Japan is.
Yeah.
It's
They
true.
just go with random
It's true.
strangers.
Yeah.
That was crazy though. That
Come,
was
we'll
but
feed
we
you.
all kind of were like
come.
looking at each other like, damn, that's a different lifestyle.
Yeah, and
Like Tsubaki's parents aren't like, where is he?
Yeah.
yeah, and I had to explain to them like in Japan, like they have such a low crime rate where like parents will just send their kids off to go do like random chores that are miles away and come grocery shopping and bring them back. And these kids will ask strangers for help when out here in North America, like don't talk to strangers, but they're like, if you need help, talk to a stranger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
You know?
so Tsubaki actually ends up going back to their place. He meets his wife.
Mhm.
And then they start like
Kind
kind
of
of talking,
mingling.
mingling, and kind of going over like they start putting things on him. He starts dressing up,
Well, he finds the lipstick.
and he finds the lipstick.
And
yeah.
then the wife walks in
Yes.
and was like, did you want to try that on? It might look good on you.
Yeah.
And then he does. And then the husband walks in. He's like, what's
Mm.
going on? And that's when
No,
Tsubaki.
if I'm not mistaken, sorry, didn't she leave and then?
Well, shit, if you know better, just say it, dog.
No.
Why am I explaining? Go ahead.
I
You got this.
No, you're correct. But didn't the wife leave and then Tsubaki sat down and just put it on, and then she came back and said, "Oh, that looks very nice."
I thought the husband came in, and that's when he was like, oh, that looks.
Okay, you may be right. Sorry.
Yeah.
I thought I got a bit twisted. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
sorry.
Because the wife was helping Tsubaki.
Yeah, the wife. I believe the wife
In,
came
in
in first.
accepting that, hey, it's okay to like these things.
Oh yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Tsubaki
And
broke down real hard.
Yeah, Tsubaki starts breaking down,
And was like, I don't get why I'm like this. I don't get why.
Which is so sad.
yeah.
It was
It's
very
super
sad.
It's like just like what you like, right? But Tsubaki's just like, am I not normal? Like,
Yeah.
what is wrong with me?
Why do I
Like,
have to hide from my parents, from my friends?
friends and like they get to enjoy that, but I can't because
Because
whatever.
I have to be a certain way.
Yeah.
Very
and-
sad.
Yeah. And I was just like, Yeah, a lot of people go through that shit, and it's
Yeah.
fucking hard, dog.
Yeah,
Like,
it's very difficult. That is a big struggle.
like they hit points that project to real life,
yeah.
which is
Oh yeah.
yeah.
It was a
Like
very
serious points too.
yeah, it was a very emotionally deep episode just through and through because
Levels of Vinland Saga deep.
yeah, really. No, for real though. Like this this is following
Watch
the-
out for that third season.
Go watch Vinland Saga season 1. It's death and destruction, and season 2 is probably the most healing, like therapeutic season you've ever watched. And I feel like we're getting that in this now.
You know, it's funny you say that because you hated that season.
I hated that
Yeah,
season.
you shit on that season for a while.
I did. I didn't like the first part, and I didn't like the first part of this. You remember the
Do
last
you
two
appreciate
episodes?
Vinland Saga 2 now?
I do. Going back, I appreciate it more. I still really like it. I still
think
have
you
my
said- you
I
called
still
this.
have my faults with it. I still have my faults with it. I don't it's not my highest rated season. I don't rate it as high as maybe everyone else, but I still think it's really good.
Anyways, back to
Windbreakers. We're getting the same thing. I didn't like those last 2 episodes where it was like it was getting emotionally deep because I just wanted the first season was just
you were
punching.
just wanting hands.
I just want hands.
You guys promised me hands. I have
That's
seen.
what I came for.
I have seen 2 episodes. so
Wait,
far.
hold on. Because the first season showed me all hands. And that's all it was. It was hands.
That's
it was
how
a
they
little bit of
gripped you.
yeah, that's how they gripped me. And
With
that's what I was
hands.
And
expecting.
then they're like, okay, you got it? Okay, now
Yeah.
it's elongated.
yeah, yeah. Now,
Yeah,
now,
oh, yeah.
now we're gonna actually cut into some actual deep topics, and that's what they did here. And yeah, it's really emotionally hard to go watch this episode and not just feel
Yeah,
Fuck,
I feel like
just
you know what's
sad.
crazy though. Like it kind of hits. I feel like this episode would hit home for a lot of guys because it's like it's not just that. Like you think about growing up through high school. I used to be into like Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah,
Pokemon,
yeah, all
anime,
this stuff.
but then I hit high school. I hit all that shit.
Oh yeah.
I hit all that shit because like it was like you don't want to be associated with that. Like it's high school. I did like football, basketball. I did all the sports and shit. And I was like, I'm just gonna hide that stuff.
Yeah.
I never talked about Dragon Ball even. I was just like,
Really?
Yeah, dude. No.
Wow.
I didn't even talk about Dragon Ball. No, it was like Friends or like other shit like that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And then you'd see like the kids in the art room all playing Magic, and you're like, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be in there doing this shit. But they were enjoying their fucking time.
Oh yeah.
They were enjoying their hobbies from the
Excuse me.
get go, and like it wasn't until later in life that I was comfortable with enjoying the hobbies that I had.
Sorry to cut in. We have 22 minutes if you guys want to get through Fire Force. So
yeah, we gotta start going through this a little bit.
How
quicker,
dare you
but-
cut him off in a deep?
It'll be fine.
conversation.
Don't worry. We'll be able to get through this stuff. Don't worry.
Yeah. So yeah, the so Tsubaki's basically has broken down in front of them, and we start to learn more about the old man as well. He starts talking to Tsubaki, starts giving him more, I guess, guidance on this, and he's
And
like, "Look, I have always been into fashion," and he kind of goes into his depths on like what his growing up and being really into fashion, and almost like seeing his wife and making her his kind of his goal, like his eye in the sky, right? Like he idolized his wife because
Yeah,
she was
well,
so beautiful.
They were also. Oh, okay. Keep going. Never mind. Keep going.
Yeah, she was so beautiful, and he wanted to dress her and like make her. He always thought like I'm not good enough in this like I'm not good enough to wear all these fashion things. I want my wife to wear them, and he always said that he wasn't like he didn't feel fashionable.
I must have missed that. Okay. Interesting.
He did say he didn't feel fashionable throughout.
Okay.
So the old
I really must have not paid attention to that part then.
Yeah.
it does cut back because now it cuts back to they leave his house for the first time and then end
Right.
up coming back because
Right.
Sakura ends up saying, "Hey,
When are you going back again?
when are you going back again? I want to go back." And then fast forward a little bit, we're back at the old man's house, present day.
Mhm.
And the old man is kind of showing them a picture book of his wife, and we get more of that touching detail and that story of his wife when they cut back. Now,
Right. We got a little bit of backstory, and we learned that
Yes.
they had an arranged marriage.
yes, they had an
And that-
arranged marriage.
He was happy, but he never knew if she was happy with him.
Was he like insecure then?
100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was
His
very
insecurity
insecure.
was like every time they would be together, he would be the one like smiling at her, loving her, but he
He never felt the love.
he never
back.
felt like
He thought that she didn't reciprocate it.
Mhm.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
he was never sure if she was in love with him or
Mhm.
if she was even just happy.
Yeah,
You
because I
know?
mean,
Well,
arranged marriage, it's like are
It can be
always-
tough.
Oh yeah,
yeah, because you're meeting that person for the first time, and or maybe
you
the
have to
second
get
time,
along.
well,
and you're literally,
Yeah, you have to
literally,
get
you
along.
have to get along.
So
well, there's also that touching moment where they're talking about the dogwood tree, the dogwood
that
tree
they planted.
that
yeah,
his wife planted in the middle, and Sakura makes a comment, and he's like, that in your garden, like that dogwood tree.
no, I
just
think it
doesn't
was
make any sense.
Suo
or was it
that's-
Suo?
Yeah,
Suo
said it.
says
Suo said it.
that
Sakura
dog-
just sat there the whole time.
Yeah, it's true. That dogwood tree, like that's kind of out of place in your
Mhm.
garden. And he's like, yeah, that was the only thing that my wife actually.
We never learned her name.
No, we did.
No.
We did. I think didn't I? I thought I wrote
Clearly
it
you weren't
down.
paying attention, dog.
Loser.
No, they did, and I wrote it. I thought I wrote it down, but I must have not. And I'm sorry about that.
It's okay.
So yeah, they're reminiscing on the dogwood tree. Sakura gets all blushy after that as well, because he's looking at these photos, the photo of them,
Mhm.
and he drops it, and he starts blushing, and everyone's making fun of him. They're like, "Oh yeah, Tsubaki, you know, anytime you're happy, like you get flustered."
Mhm.
And then they start talking about how, and then Tsubaki cuts in and he says, my bad, that the wife, which I can't remember her name, must have truly loved you, because she wouldn't have been there with you if she didn't want to.
It
That's
was
not her character.
It was like so I'm gonna connect this right now. So it was in direct connection with the tree planting.
Yeah. there you
It's
go.
almost like if she didn't really care or if she didn't really love you, she would not have planted that tree.
Oh, God,
or
yeah.
taken the time to spend with you.
Yeah.
Is what she like Tsubaki was trying to tell him.
Well, yeah,
because-
because of that. That was the only photo she ever took of them.
Yes.
And then
Was in
didn't
front of that.
Suo say that like that tree means like everlasting love, like forever, like
Yeah.
if I'm not mistaken, he like drew connections to like eternal love, and I don't think the old man knew that, because
Mhm.
he was like, oh, he's like, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and the old man actually ends up starting crying,
Yeah.
which was
And then
very
Tsubaki
emotionally
cried.
tying.
Well,
Yeah,
she was more like angry.
yeah,
Pardon me. He was more like angry crying, because he was like, how could you say that when she thought the world of
Mhm.
you and you just didn't see it?
Yeah.
Kind of thing.
and
It makes you think about what you could be missing out on when you're thinking a whole other thing.
mhm.
Oh
It
yeah.
was- this
Yeah.
this episode
Like
had,
he could have enjoyed his life with her more if he didn't have that insecurity.
I'm sure he did, but yeah, no, he like I'm sure when she was alive, he was like, God, I'm so happy. But it's she.
Yeah.
yeah, and it was a very emotional episode.
Yeah.
Personally, I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. I think it was nearly perfect. I think the writing was really good. I think the animation was good. The voice acting was good. I had no problem with any part of this. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. I would say it's about an 8.5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
I kind of missed the action because we haven't got any real action
do.
in the last couple of episodes.
I do.
That's the only reason why I'm scoring a little bit lower, but I get it. We're learning about a new character.
Yeah.
We're diving into the backlore and what things mean to this new character
Yeah.
that really was just flashed in the first season.
Yeah.
So we're getting it fleshed out. So I
Yep.
can appreciate that. But I would have liked to see like some sort of sparring or something. That would be
Yeah. You just
But
want
I
to
get
know.
it. I get it.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
get it.
yeah.
Yeah, I get it. There's
was
nothing wrong with this episode.
Yeah.
It hit on emotional levels.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I give it a 9. Yeah,
9?
it was very like all around good. Nothing really bad. I mean, the action it'd be cool, but I out of the slower episodes, this one was my favorite.
Mhm.
All right. Well, let's race on to Fire,
Fire
Force.
Force.
My goodness, so much happened, and we don't even have that much time. So we are going.
Most of this was the fight between Burns and
It was.
Shinra.
It was. It
This-
was.
that was most of this
It
episode.
was.
There were little tidbits of cutbacks here and there,
Yeah.
but we.
I
this
got
was-
main plot points.
Shoot.
I'll go through them. So we start off right off rip. Shinra is versing Captain Burns. We noticed right off rip actually that the impact frames really had no audio. What was going on? Felt like wet
The
towels.
audio was weak. And so I was telling you guys earlier, or I told you after, but I told you earlier, this episode was split the fandom a bit.
Yeah.
But people were complaining about the odd things.
Yeah.
Like the animation for this. Like, was it the best animation? Probably not.
No.
At near the end of the fight, there was
some really good animation.
but it was okay. It wasn't bad.
Yeah.
What was bad, and I think this is where I think the anime community does I know the anime community doesn't know what they're talking about because not one has mentioned the sound
effects. The sound effect. We went okay. This is the only reason we know we are really keen on this is because we actually went and watched an episode from season 1.
It was season 1. It's the first fight between Burns
Shinra
and Shinra.
Burns.
That not only sounded better, but looked better.
A lot of for them,
I'm saying.
yeah. Some of the spots it looked even better. It was kind of weird because then when we popped to the new one, yeah, it felt like a wet towel was hitting every time there was an impact.
Yeah. Every hit, every power up, the sound was like washed out.
Yeah.
It was so washed out. We had to turn it up to like 40. And like it just still
Well,
didn't
your
sound
TV's
good.
bad then. It's like, no, it's not.
No, because we went and watched them side by side, so we would
I
know.
use Sonos sound system.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure my sound system is not the
How
problem.
dare you.
So
Not-
to cut.
We're not. That wasn't an ad.
No.
that wasn't a product placement thing. We're not sponsored.
I
by
wish,
Sonos.
dude. That would be sick.
That would be sick.
That would
though.
be sick as hell.
Sonos is the best. All right. So to cut back, we actually this episode, right off rip after that fight, we get Head Captain Burns' backstory. It cuts to him as a kid praying and doing his Catholic Church things.
And what did I say as soon as the
Backstory? No, you screamed.
the
At
flashback
moment
happened?
It was a flashback, and you realized 5 seconds into it that
He's
it was
gonna
Captain
die.
Burns. You were like, "He's gonna die."
I
He's
was like,
dying.
every time we get a flashback episode of a goddamn character we like or something, they're gonna die.
Yeah, it's pretty. It's
This
pretty,
is
it's
just
the biggest
anime
trope.
now.
It's either
It
they
is.
die or they power up.
Yeah.
And then they die.
Yeah, and then they'll die.
And then they die.
And then
So we get to see him as a kid, and then it actually quickly skips to him kind of as a young adult after the first Joker, his first interaction with Joker, because he's in the church and Joker comes up behind him. He's kind of antagonizing
at this
him.
point, they've both lost an eye.
They've both lost an eye, exactly. So we're past that, and Joker's kind of antagonizing him. He's kind of going at him, being like, "What are you doing? Like we both saw what this cult is about, right? Why are you siding with it?" And he's like, "My faith was always in God." He's like, "I was just him. Like God is great, brother. Like, do you not understand?
That is great, brother.
God is great. I love Jesus
Burns' faith was definitely shook in after.
It was a little
Yeah.
bit shaken, but like he put this facade on, like he put this strong man on for his church, and kind of just prayed and believed in the church, just empty beliefs. We have
I like note taking Cooper.
He's more accurate.
It's much more accurate than before. You can never stop doing this, by the way.
Oh, I got
You
it.
have to keep taking
I'm
notes.
Good at, honestly, when I did it the first time, I was like, dude, this is actually kind of sick because I actually know now. I'm writing
Now you
down
know what you're
plot points.
talking
I'm
about?
like, now I know exactly where everything is.
Note taking was cool.
So yeah, after we learned Burns goes on and he's like, "I'm a devout Catholic."
I'm a
Burns talks
I'm a
about
devout Catholic.
he's like, yeah,
Just in time for the new pope.
yeah, basically, it comes
Raffles the 25th.
Raffles. That's
Latom.
the real Latom. Let's go, dude.
The second I see someone do this IRL, I'm like, we're all doomed.
Latom.
We're all doomed.
Yeah, once we see
We're
when
doomed.
the new pope comes up and he ends his
And then
prayer with
hits this.
Latom. No! No!
I'm going to the closest fire station and be like, guys,
Guys, you start training.
I'm gonna just go to some random island, dude, and just chill the rest of my life there. If I turn into Inferno on that island, at least the people I love will be safe.
That's very selfless. I appreciate you.
Yeah.
So yeah, Burns ends up telling Joker that now he's found a destination for his prayers. So his prayers for so long were
Yes.
empty.
And it's that island that you were talking about.
Yes.
And his prayer, now he knows after witnessing what he witnessed, which was the evangelist's God. He,
Jesus himself.
Jesus himself. He witnessed Jesus and he said that was God. He said the evangelists are true. all of my prior faith was nothing. Joker, of course.
Fuck turning water into wine.
Yeah.
Burn everything.
Turn people into fire.
You want bread? Fuck you, burn. Like shit.
Burn the toast.
Of course, Joker grabs a dart, as he always does. He always has that dart in his mouth, and
You
basically,
mean a cigarette?
yeah, I just call them darts.
Wait, you've
It's a-
never heard that term?
It's a Canadian term.
Is it
You're not
really?
a Canadian, brother.
You've never heard
Brother,
the
you ain't
term
gonna
dart?
pop a dart.
I think this is a construction thing.
It is.
I've never heard.
Yeah. What
dart
do you think?
in the regular public? So it's a construction thing. It's not a Canadian.
No,
thing.
no, 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 no. It's a Canadian thing. You ain't been to Berta. Go to Berta. Everyone.
That
calls
whole
darts
province
out
is
there.
a construction
You
place.
never-
So it doesn't mean
It
it's
is,
Canadian.
and that's what I mean.
You've
It's
never had
Canadian, brother.
an energy drink and a dart for breakfast?
Yeah,
No,
brother.
I only do energy drinks for breakfast.
Energy. You get White Monster.
Maybe
and,
a joint. Like,
and 6 darts to start the morning. That's how a
I
real
start
man
a joint
starts.
on my day and then an energy drink. Balance.
Equilibrium.
That
It
is,
would not
that is one of the best openers. One of the best starts of the day, baby. So yeah, we after that we cut back to Shinra and Head Captain fighting, and we're getting some cool flips. The pew 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 pew.
Shit sound.
Yeah, really, really. The sound effects are hitting like a wet towel.
There's something wrong because I feel like the original sound guy isn't doing this anymore.
No. I think it might just be this episode. To be completely honest, you never know. Some episodes just have off.
I'll go back and
days,
watch
but-
the first few episodes and then we'll see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
go
we'll
back,
see.
go back and watch those. Yeah, so we get some really cool flair. Shinra's just spinning and like a top and darting around like he always does, and we start to basically we just get this really. So Shinra backs off, and he basically gets onto like a power pose and.
Kind of like he's about to sprint.
Like he's about to sprint, like a
Yeah.
sprinter's pose,
Yeah.
and blue flames start spewing out of his
Because he says like death's hand is like pressed on me.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, and he even says he's like,
been
I'm
pushed to
gonna
his limit.
overheat.
And Joker makes a comment and he says, "Yo, those blue flames are way hotter than the orange ones that dude had."
Yeah.
And Shinra basically, of course, jets straight towards Captain Burns, and Captain Burns just stops it. No impact sound at all. And
Oh God, yeah.
and basically we start to get this we get Captain Burns basically being pushed back for a second, and he's fending himself off. He goes full orange at this point. At
He's
this point,
Voltage Nova 4.
Wait, hold on. Voltage Nova 4 happens right after the first kick. So right after that blue kick, kicks him back. He
He's
goes back and he
right.
says Voltage Nova.
Oh, yeah.
And becomes like flame starts spewing. He's fully molten at this point. He's just an orange man. There was no
Flame
there's
on.
no skin tone or anything to him. His jacket, you made a comment, actually came off as well. So his jacket
No,
is
which is
just
crazy.
completely off. He's just suit and tie, just button up going. We also get it's funny throughout the fight. It'll be a pen out, and you'll see Captain Obi in the top left corner.
Yeah, just posing.
He's still
Take your shirt off and do the
flexing.
pose. Okay, you take your shirt off and do the pose. He's not gonna do
Oh
it.
no, I'm wearing a long sleeve. I can't.
Fine, I'll
do
do
it. Yeah,
this.
you do.
Stand up
Vic.
pose.
You got it. So then he goes Voltage Nova 4. He grips onto Shinra's ankle and just starts spinning him. Just starts spinning. And then Shinra's like, yo, okay, we spinning? Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's go, dude. And he starts blasting off and spinning the head captain. And so they're basically going spinning really fast.
They
And
became
then-
Beyblades.
They really did.
Essentially.
And then Captain Burns just like yeets him away, and he stops himself and comes back, right? But then what happens next is probably the most brutal thing I've ever seen in my life. Captain Burns just grabs him, yeets him to the ground, and then grabs him by the head, picks him up. Hear me out. This whole time, Joker's on the sideline watching this whole thing happen, okay? Head captain grips him.
get involved.
Grips him by the head. Boom. 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 And he doesn't stop. He gives Shinra the baddest case of CTE
So
you've
Broly
ever
did to
seen.
Goku.
He legit
Essentially.
like brain damage, like skull mashed him. Just
Yeah, and Joker like
destroyed
lit
him.
up a card, and he's like, fuck it.
No,
He's like, I
the
gotta
thing
let
is,
the boy be a man.
Joker's
He
watching
literally,
this.
Literally,
The
yeah.
Joker's
this is his
watching
passage
this.
of rights.
Really? No, he actually does. He's
Right
watching
of passage,
him
sorry.
get
Got that.
absolutely
Passage of right way.
obliterated. But the one of the baddest scenes when Head Captain Burns hits him with that last punch, but then he smiles. You see his smile behind the
Change.
fist,
Yes.
right? And he's like, he just starts going all out. He's like, this is ultimate power up, like power fantasy. We get Shinra going absolutely nuts after this. Full power up, starts spinning around. It's one of the coolest scenes. We start getting these really cool blue and orange effects, orange on Head Captain and blue on Shinra, and it just becomes this absolute envelopment of blue and orange everywhere.
It was pretty cool.
It's pretty tight.
It was pretty cool
It's
effects.
pretty tight. We even get it going like white, black and white for like a second there, like just during that, and it was a very cool fight going on that, and then we finally get the last evolution. Voltage.
No,
Nova.
didn't Shinra go to kick him?
俺のありったけよ
He did.
And then Burns
He
stopped
went
it.
backwards.
And then
he
Joker even said that Shinra's getting faster in the one spot.
And
Yeah,
then
yeah,
he
yeah.
transformed into 5, came up.
Yeah, he takes another step
Because he
back
was like,
and explodes into the final stage for Voltage Nova 5. He becomes a lion.
took it like a beast.
He does
No
say
pun intended.
one of the lines he actually says is I will become a lion for the church, which I thought was really cool because it's like, yeah, he literally became a molten fire lion, and after that Shinra just starts powering up, and basically I think he basically has he forces himself. He gets back, and this what happens is there's a black aura around his face, and this text comes over, and it says "Death's Weight," and then he juts towards head captain, and basically does an Adola link.
Yes.
Right? We get an Adola link, and there is a cut in between that where it cuts to Show. And Show is like feeling his Adola link.
Yes. And he had a little bit of a flashback.
He does have
Just
a flashback.
Quick seconds of flashback.
Quick seconds, and then we cut back, and Shinra's basically like, I always have been a hero. I will be the hero for everyone in this world. I will save the 8th. I will save Sho and Mom. I will save everyone. And he does his hero thing, and they have one of the most like, it's almost like one of the most Indian cutbacks of him kicking, where it's like, you ever watch those Bollywood things where it's like him kicking and it's the same kick
okay.
over
I
and
understand
over
what you're
from
saying.
different
Yes.
angles,
Yes.
and it's like the most like dramatized kick of all time.
The scene is like 5 minutes long.
It is.
Yeah.
It shows the bottom of his foot. We're just
They
watching
show
the
like
bottom
every
of his,
angle possible.
every single angle.
Have you ever
every
watched a
single,
Bollywood film that does
No.
that?
It's wild.
They go like
yeah.
360, and then from the back, from the
Yeah.
front, from there, from the bottom, like every single angle.
Every
Oh my
angle.
God.
It's the same shot.
And they started
for
from beginning
3 to
to the
4
end.
minutes. Yeah.
Holy cow.
It's ridiculous. So we got a little bit of that. And Burns is now stepped back. Eye patch burns off.
His eye looks gross.
His eye looks gross.
It was like it's burnt.
It's red
Mm.
and
Yeah.
like weird. And he kind of steps back. His shirt is basically completely gone at this point. I believe he's completely shirtless, correct?
Yeah.
Right?
And he's basically, what he said essentially is just, I accept.
He basically says I accept that this is the young's world. I'm still an old man in a young person's world, and I kind of have to make way for
Your time.
Your time.
Yeah.
And you are basically at a strength now where you can surpass.
And Shinra's like, dope. I win. All right, peace.
Literally.
Yeah, later.
But then
Gets
we
stabbed.
we also have this weird scene we were talking about, the demon thing that comes out of the kick. that weird demon thing that flies up and like,
Oh yeah.
right? You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that during the kick? And we were like, what the hell does that mean?
And Unama or Uname, the chick with the visor,
Yeah.
Mhm.
she was like, a new Adola has been born.
Yeah, she does. How many?
As soon
right
as that
after
happens.
Yeah,
as
which is-
soon as that happens, right after that,
And then-
I have that a new Adola is born.
Yeah, and then right after that, Captain Burns gets freaking stabbed through the chest.
right through the chest
By a horn.
by a horn, and everyone's like, "What the hell is happening?" And there's a doppelganger
Literally.
right under him,
Literally.
stabbed
It's-
him through
Eye is burning, same eye that Captain Burns has.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like,
everything.
and then Captain Burns says some shit to Shinra. I can't forget. He's like, just do you.
Yeah,
Be who
basically
you
like
are.
you
Yeah.
are.
Be
and,
the hero.
and then it cuts back right after that. It cuts to the dragon, like immediately. And there's no. He just hits for whatever reason.
He hits a final flash.
He literally hits final flash, hyper beam, gets a go,
But it
gets
sounded
a
like shit.
Gucci show. Okay, we had every.
I like that your reactions to me are delayed. You took like 3 seconds to process that. I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right.
He basically hit. I'm going to destroy everything in this in this
That way.
area in this way. And Maki is standing.
Maki's like, I got this. And then she was like, I don't got
I'm
this.
gonna die.
I'm
She's like,
gonna
I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die.
And then we get a quick flash of
Iris.
Iris praying. And then
Latum.
and I thought Maki was dead.
I thought everyone was dead.
I wonder if
I didn't care about everybody else. I was like, not Maki.
True, not Maki.
Not Maki.
I know.
Yeah,
I was
Maki's
like,
a
if
real
they,
one.
If they killed Maki and not Tamaki, that would be it. It'd be
I know.
over. The
I
show's
think
done.
a lot of people would be like, I'm out.
Dropped immediately.
Maki. Any woman named Maki can never die.
True.
They can never die.
No.
If they die, that show's over. Because Maki's always the cool one. JJK,
Maki.
Maki. Fire Force,
Maki.
Maki.
True.
Those are the only two shows that I know with the person named
Like-
Maki.
True. And
Every show names two.
they said basically a new Adola is born, and we are to assume a new
new
pillar
pillar.
is born. And we are to assume
I think
it's Iris, right?
I think it's Iris.
it's Iris.
Yeah,
Like she hit an Adola.
I think so. Like,
Because even Lick looks at her and he's like, what the fuck?
Yep.
yep.
He's like, and then like even Iris.
You know when Licht is looking at something is fucking.
Something's
yeah, because like even
messed
like
up.
Maki's like, yeah, like good job, and Maki's like, what happened? She's like, I thought I was
Yeah.
dead, and
Everybody thought they were like,
everyone's like, yeah, good job, and she's like, what the? She's like, what the fuck? And,
yeah.
and then
Everyone's
like,
like, we're alive.
yeah, and then after that, Iris is like, she looks like she's like dazed or like
Yeah.
because like she's swaying, and she's like that was,
And then
and then Lick's like, what the fuck just happened?
and then the evangelists are like,
She
all
had the
right,
power
well,
of God on her side.
yeah,
I-
legitimately. And
I mean, hey,
the evangelists,
Latom, you know what I mean?
the evangelists are like, hey yo, it's our time. Let's take him out right now. And one of the dudes starts flying in, and then a bunch of freaking poles
Mops.
out of the sky, mops. And who is it?
Moonlight Mask,
Moonlight,
the hero
Mask.
of Neo Japan,
Yep.
came to save the day.
Yep.
The predecessor of Moonlight Knight and Tuxedo Mask.
Got so many
We
people
have
forgot the name.
Moonlight.
I got too excited.
Oh yeah.
I think it's Moon White Knight now that I think about it, not Moonlight.
I don't know.
It might be. I don't know.
I don't know.
Anyways,
It's Benimaru in a mask. He's standing
literally.
like he's just standing there, and he's like, "It is moonlight, man."
it's a way for him to be a part of the Fire Force without being a part of the Fire
That's
Force.
exactly
Yeah,
what
yeah,
I thought.
yeah,
exactly.
He's doing the Sunraku method.
Yes. Yes.
Essentially,
I don't know if
he's
you
doing this-
guys noticed.
To put it, actually, for you to better, it's Space Meta Fighter X
Prepare yourself for the power of the midnight sun, the pillar of fire, the prominence.
from Metabots.
Shit. I don't know if you guys noticed, but the symbols
Metabots.
on his mask match his eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
They
Yeah,
did.
so-
They did. So yeah, he's basically come to save the day. Of course, who else would it be? It really couldn't be anyone else.
The strongest
He's
fighter
the strongest
in Fire
dude.
Force.
It only made sense that he would show up. And that was the end of the episode. How are we feeling, boys?
This episode's been a lot better than the last 5 we've gotten. There are
Yep.
6 episodes in now.
Oh.
We we my hands are sweating.
That's okay.
That's okay.
Better animation. Pacing was a lot better.
Yep.
The sound was shit.
Sound was shit.
So I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10.
Really? Wow. I still give it an 8.
The impact frames were definitely missing, and it made this fight lackluster.
I give it a
Yes.
7.
Yes.
It made this fight less than what it should have been.
Yeah,
I
give
agree.
it a 7.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it almost for for how much it progressed the story as far as we are now, and just those cool flame effects were really dope. I do think that really was a highlight for me, and I think that's why I rated it like an 8. Maybe I'm being a little generous, but I don't know. I liked it a little bit. The sound effects, you are completely right. This could have been like a 9 out of 10 episode for me.
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Now that I think these sound effects have carried on throughout the entire season.
Yeah, we should check it. I mean, the thing is,
I will go back and check.
You know what? Go and check Arthur's fight, because I think you're right. I think in Arthur's fight, there wasn't a lot. I mean, he doesn't really have impact frames as much, except for that one big slash with the was it voltage flash?
Yeah.
Yes. That one big voltage flash, that's the big impact. But a lot of his stuff is just quick slicing. So I maybe didn't see it at first, but
Right.
that might be a good place to check as the last episode.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Well, we've covered basically. We have more stuff, but we're running out of time.
Yeah, I know. I'm gonna make this real quick.
Go.
So
How quick? Because I don't have
got
I don't have time.
3 minutes.
Okay,
3
please.
minutes.
I have to go.
Yep. So Bandai just announced some record-breaking sales on an old franchise that they have.
Yep.
Gundam, of all things, not of all things, Gundam is a lot bigger than what I honestly realized. They reported their record sales of 153 billion yen that this franchise has made them, which equates to 1.3 billion in Canadian dollars or 1.05 billion dollars in USD
It's a lot of money.
for that franchise.
That is a lot.
I knew Gundam was like big for them. I didn't think it was that
You
big.
think it was pop?
Yeah, like they popping off this, and next
That's
year
crazy.
they're estimating that they're going to do about 165 billion yen next year.
Woo.
Yeah, and they're equating this like what the projections are showing is increase in model kit sales. Trading card game is taken into effect with this as well. The show's popularity, and then their action figures and statues have been like selling really well. So G-Quacks has actually been getting really like it's been doing positive for them. They've been saying.
Oh, interesting.
You know,
Yeah.
for the longest time, I would have assumed that you would be lying about this, but like that's actually what it made. Like, I didn't think Gundam was this big.
I didn't think so.
Because I'm not a big fan, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, that's crazy.
Crazy numbers.
Yeah.
And now on top of that, they are working on a live action of Gundam.
Yep.
As well. We don't know what series they're doing, but
Oh.
they are. I think Legendary is a part of this. And one of the actresses that are in talks right now, in the final talks to play a role in this part, is Sydney Sweeney.
Sydney Sweeney.
Yes. Now, in my opinion, my theory is with her being casted, it's either going to be the Universal Century line with Amuro and Char, which is the OG storyline, or it'll be Gundam Wing.
Either or.
It'll be interesting.
Gundam Wing would be cool
It would
They
be.
will-
because of the 5 Gundams. Like
would-
that shit would,
they will-
yeah.
It would be dope.
That's just what I wanted to bring out because Gundam's been getting. I saw that. I was
Hey.
like, that's big.
We don't have time for Cooper's Corner, so next week I'll come hot with some cool topics and we will talk about some
What
dumb
topics?
things.
I will do everything I can to stop Cooper's Corner from
You
happening.
will never stop Cooper's Corner. It is a train, just like this.
No, it's a corner.
It is corner.
It's a corner.
It is a train corner.
minutes.
Thank you
It was
guys
12:06, it's
for
12:09.
watching this episode of the Podsack podcast. Of course, Sack Squad, if you guys liked what we do here, please like, comment,
Subscribe.
share, subscribe, do all those fun things, hit the bell. You know, just talk to your friends about us. Like we do this weekly. We want you guys to enjoy it. If you guys have any comments for us, if you want us to change something about ourselves, let us know. We love you guys. We'll see you guys in the next one. We love you, Sack Squad.
Peace.
Peace.